I'm not even sure that's meat. I think I just saw a tooth in that thing. Or claw.
A successful business is most likely using tricks and gimmicks to gain an edge. But fear not, we are here to divulge the 10 sneakiest food business tactics you never notice scamming you. Part 2. Feel the music. By now, you probably understand that in the food biz, nothing is random. Everything is carefully calculated and tested out in order to make you spend as much money as possible while saving them as much as possible.
I like money.
Yes, that even includes what kind of music gets played in the restaurant and grocery store you're in. It's all about the ambiance they want to create. A study from the universities of Leicester and Surrey showed that music could have a significant effect on how much the customer spends. When classical music plays, customers are likely to spend more than when pop music is playing. Tabs were just over 10% higher. The same goes for grocery stores. Music with a slow rhythm tends to make you move slower, meaning you spend more time in the store and end up spending more money.
No! Please go away!
Eye level equals buy level.
What is that supposed to mean?
This particular one might not come as such a surprise. Most people already know that grocery and convenience stores always put the sweets at kids' eye level, so they'll nag their parents until they cave. But that doesn't mean that retailers forgot about the parents. The eye level, or buy level, is exactly 5 foot 4 inches, which is the height of an average woman. The products placed at this height are usually the name brands, aka the most expensive of items. They're put there to help persuade you to spend more without making it obvious. The cheaper, less profitable stuff is usually at the bottom of the shelves or at the very top.
Where might I find the pasta?
You'll be less likely to go through the trouble of bending all the way down or asking an employee for assistance. Basically, the more visible a product, the higher the sales are going to be. There is also another way to stock shelves that's becoming more and more frequent in grocery stores. Instead of putting all the goods on the same shelf, the items are laid out across several shelves in vertical slices, which keeps the brand in front of the customer's eyes at all times. So if you thought that you were being slick by looking up and down, you might have to look sideways as well if you're hoping to save some money.
Hey, I won't forget what you've done for me here today.
No dollar sign.
How much for an order of ribs?
When you eat at a fancy restaurant, you already know the bill is going to be higher. You don't need to be a math genius to figure that out, and neither do the restaurants. They know some people will choose their meals based on how much money they're willing to spend. If you look closely at the menu, you might notice something missing, and it's for that exact reason. That's right, the dollar sign. Some restaurants choose not to display the dollar sign beside the price. Why? Because when you see dollar signs, you think of money. But the restaurants don't want you to think of money, they want you to think of all the food you can eat. This slight psychological trick might seem innocent and probably not that effective, but it's the complete opposite.
I'm sorry that you had to hear that, Finola.
A study by Cornell University Center for Hospitality Research showed that guests given the numeral-only menu spent significantly more, a little over 8% more, than those who received a menu with prices showing a dollar sign. Dollar signs seem to discourage people from trying high-dollar menu items because we don't like to think about the money we're spending. You're more likely to buy something if you're not reminded of the fact that it costs you money. Just remember, dollar sign or not, the meal won't pay for itself.
You have money, right?
Play on words.
Hey, how are you doing this?
You've probably experienced sheer disappointment from a meal you ordered from a restaurant at least once or twice. It doesn't make sense. It sounded so good when you read the description on the menu. And that's exactly what restaurants are counting on, the words. Most menus will use fancy adjectives and pretty phrasing to make their food sound as delicious and irresistible as humanly possible. The reason behind this tactic is fairly obvious. When you're craving chicken wings, you imagine them to be tender, juicy, and drenched in a a delicious sauce, and reading about it is enough to make your mouth water. It all comes down to the details and choice of words. Think about it. Would you rather have a cheeseburger or a 100% Angus beef patty on a golden brioche bun with melted cheese, fresh green lettuce, juicy tomatoes, caramelized onions, and tangy, spicy secret sauce? A study done by the University of Illinois even showed that adding descriptive menu labels increased sales by over 27% and improved attitudes toward the food and the restaurant itself. In other words, if something sounds good, you're going to assume that it tastes good as well.
That's true.
So don't be fooled next time you see an enticing description of a steaming plate of nachos. It might just be your brain talking.
I'm not comfortable.
That free bread isn't all free.
Courtesy of the gentleman across the way.
Any good sit-down restaurant has got to have a basket of complimentary bread in the middle of the table. And the best restaurants, the bread is unlimited.
Holy moly. And these are free?
Free bread or free chips in certain cases are like the unofficial way to test if the service and food are going to be worth it, even before your night even starts. However, as much as restaurants like to advertise this pretty basket as being free of charge, it's not entirely true. They might not make you pay for it directly, but in the end, you are. Some restaurants give out bread because it's traditional for certain types of cuisine, but more often than not, it's simply to soften you up and make you more lenient with them. Basically, by being generous with customers and offering them something for nothing, it encourages customers to be generous with the staff as well, notably by ordering more food and leaving more sizable tips. Bread or chips are easy to provide, cheap, and liked by the majority of people. It also makes your meal seem even more special and anticipated since you've had something to snack on while you waited, especially if you were waiting for a longer time than usual. Who can be mad when you've got an entire basket of free bread? Plus, there is some evidence that high-carb foods can stimulate hunger by peaking insulin levels. So who knows, maybe it'll end up making you buy an extra appetizer or that extra serving of dessert.
Garlic bread is my favorite food. I could honestly eat it for every meal.
Everything is not what it seems.
Maybe we'll have a chance again to talk on a professional level.
Running a business can be quite expensive, especially running a fast food restaurant. You need to order all the food and ingredients and ensure it's the best quality possible. Unfortunately, the quality part isn't always respected. When it comes to meat in particular, some restaurants might choose to take the easy route and not offer you the best they can get. You've probably heard about the whole pink slime scandal that happened at McDonald's a few years back. It was an awful, slimy mess, to say the least. So, since then, McD's has worked hard to deliver the best cuts of meat. They've even ensured all their customers that their beef was now free of pink slime and contained no fillers, additives, or preservatives. However, it's not every fast food that has followed the Golden Arch's lead.
Please let us know if there's anything we can do.
Our favorite taco place, Taco Bell, has admitted that their seasoned beef only contained about 88% of beef. The remaining 12%? Fillers, emulsifiers, and sickeners. Despite the concerned response from the public, Taco Bell released a statement saying it would not be making any changes to its products. So really, you pay for a beef burrito and you don't even get all beef? Where's the Wendy's lady when you need her?
Hello, Wendy. This is Kevin's friend Michael.
This isn't Wendy.
The upsell and the downsell.
I'm so confused right now.
The restaurant business is all about the sale. Whether they want you to order another glass of wine or some dessert, it's all about feeding you until you can't take it anymore. Obviously, offering dessert might nudge the bill up by a few dollars and even boost the server's tip a little, but compared to the other techniques they use, this seems like child's play. One of the most common selling strategies used by servers is upselling. They will try to upsell you during every step of the meal ordering process by offering you upgrades or add-ons. For example, if you order a burger, they'll most likely ask you if you want cheese on that. Or if you order a steak, it'll be if you want to add some mashed potatoes on the side.
Potatoes?
The same thing goes for fast food. For a small extra, you're encouraged to change your medium fries to large, or all kinds of other substitutes. And where there's an upsell, there's also the downsell. As a little reverse psychology trick, some restaurants will offer lower-priced items, usually to encourage repeat visits. But more often than not, it pushes people to buy more of the low-priced items, and they end up spending even more than they would have on a single expensive one. Next time, you might think twice about listening to your server when they offer you something extra. It's not coming out of the goodness of their heart.
You think you can do this to me?
Grill marks, anyone?
A patty of ground beef, so exquisite.
You don't need to be a food expert to know that meat grilled over a charcoal flame tastes better than any other cooking method. Sure, if you cook it in a pan on the stove, it's still going to be good, but nothing can beat those grill marks. Speaking of grill marks, have you ever noticed how on most of your fast food burger patties there are grill marks, yet no grill in sight, just a good old flat cooking surface? How is that even possible? Well, the answer is pretty simple. Those grill marks aren't real.
Oh, okay. Yeah, something didn't quite add up there.
Most fast food restaurants actually receive products from companies who add those grill marks on the meat, and it's all in the hope that psychology will work its magic. These grill marks are voluntarily put there for a reason, because it might make you believe that the food tastes better because of it. The marks work as a visual cue for the consumer to let them think that their meat was grilled, therefore it must taste better. Going even further, burger patties and chicken pieces are often soaked in a solution of salt, animal fats, smoke flavoring, and other preservatives before being cooked with blasts of hot air. Everything to make it taste like it came straight off the barbecue without any actual grilling involved. So while you're enjoying your fake grilled burger thinking it's the real deal, the fast food giants are laughing behind your back.
Ha! Nice!
Healthy or not, here I come.
I don't like it, okay? It's too greasy!
The human brain is truly full of wonders. It's crazy how we can take something as simple as saying lettuce is healthy and turn it into something even more complex. Everyone knows that fast food in general is bad for you. There's no way around it. However, in order to appeal to the more health-conscious clientele, many fast food outlets began offering healthy alternatives to their menus, i.e. salads. And since salads are made with lettuce, then they must be healthy, right?
It turns out that McDonald's new kale salad has more calories than a double Big Mac.
At least that's what our brain is telling us, but things aren't always as they seem. Fast food salads are not healthy. In fact, they might be even worse than your precious burger with 2 patties and extra cheese. According to a study done in 2009, because brains are apparently weird, the simple presence of said healthier menu items is enough to make you feel better about your fast food order. It doesn't even need to be a salad. You can order a greasy burger and still feel the same satisfaction because you know the option of a salad is there. This phenomenon is called vicarious goal fulfillment. Basically, just seeing those leafy green options can satisfy your goal to eat healthily. Talk about the perfect diet plan.
I failed, Sarge. This is my 2nd burger. Okay, I lied, it's my 4th.
Tracking your order.
Can I order 10 pepperoni pizzas, please? I've got a bit of a birthday celebration going on. So yeah, 10 margaritas.
Ordering pizza has never been easier. You no longer need to endure the stress and anxiety of calling the restaurant on the phone and muttering your way through your order.
I'd like to order a pizza with sausage! Oh, come it!
Now, with one click of a button, you can get your pizza customized, ordered, and delivered right to your door. Thank you, Internet. And for some places, it goes even further with a tracking system that allows you to know exactly where your pizza is at. The Domino's tracker, for instance, can tell you when your order has been received, when the employee started making it, when it goes in the oven, and when it's on its way to you. It seems like the perfect technology to accurately know the status of your beloved pie. However, the information can easily be manipulated and not in your favor. You see, it's the employees who enter all of that information, so they can easily make your order seem like it's at a different stage than it really is. Yes, the tracker can show you where the driver is with your pizza, which is always pretty accurate. It's the other steps that can be misleading. For example, if the manager doesn't like the orders sitting on the shelf, they will dispatch the order before a driver is ready to take it. But it won't say that on the tracker. Instead, it'll say that it's passing quality inspection, meaning it's sitting on a heated rack. If you've been waiting for a pizza that supposedly left the store an hour ago, now you know why. It might make the store's prep time more impressive, but it's really just one big lie.
You are so busted.
We've got more. Just tap or click another great video, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell to join our notification squad.